I got two Nimani. One is Man and the other is Gombag. Every individual have their own way. From Floor Lake. Yes. Sure. My full is Kelson G. Georges. Yes. I live in Coca-Cola Factory LBS community. Yes. One was born 2010, February, and the other was born 2014, March 30. They are all students.
So how you get it? Okay, first thing, I saw you with the girl asking for money to help.
Yes.
He helped my father with money, so but you said it. So how you manage to say that?
Thank you for a lot of good questions. If you don't ask questions, you will not know. They go to school in the morning time, then in the afternoon, after school hour, they come, we go around. Whatsoever we earn the day, our God bless us, we survive on it.
Yeah. What I mean,
yeah.
So how you pay your school fees?
Now what I'm telling you, whatsoever after school, they and myself will go around. Whatsoever that we got from baking on the street, we divide it to two. Keep one for our emergency and the other for food.
So the baking can go around?
Yeah.
And they can give you the money?
Thank you. They send them to school.
So I want to know how long you been baking?
Since 2018.
Huh?
Since 2018. Yeah. But I'm not happy to go around to ask all that I'm older than them. But you see, any situation you see yourself with, you're just forced to live with it.
Okay, so, but you always baking with the training, right? But you always baking with the person.
One at a time, sometimes.
Yeah.
I said no, and I'm proud to be others. But what to do, I just feel constrained to do that. Because if I don't do it, they myself will not have something to eat. At the end of the day, when others are cooking the yard, they will go and steal my people's food, which will not be fun.
So what is your name?
Their mother is to the house. She too have the same eye problem.
You graduated from high school?
No, I started in the 10th grade.
Which year you graduated from?
I said I had not graduated.
Yeah, which year you dropped out from high school?
I dropped out from school since 2002. Yeah.
Is it a natural blindness you okay for?
No. I was only 2 years old when I got into the problem. Yes.
Already, Devin, you said you want to sit on my own.
It was unanimous. It was amazing. I think there was maybe one dissension. Everybody else supported the decision. So we feel very strongly about that. And we wish our
two more questions.
Success.
Does this mean that the ANC will begin actively campaigning for Igbo in Nimba County?
Yes, we are encouraging all of our parties in Nimba, other counties, to go and campaign on our behalf. To man the polling stations. We'll make sure they don't see our votes.
We just welcome one of your strong partisans back home. What kind of attack woman are you expecting now?
I'm expecting the entire woman with energy, with focus, with discipline, who will push everybody to be better.
If you want to get the government, what way are you going to get the government like you are now?
I wanted a direct to get it.
Thank you. So let me talk to all of our time. Welcome to the media. I mean, how do you feel to be back home? This is where it all started for you.
Thank you. It's amazing to be back home. I'm happy to be back home. I'm energized. I'm so thankful to the ANC, the chairman, Mr. Cummings, and everyone for inviting me back and for welcoming me back. It's a wonderful privilege to be back.
Will you be with the ANC campaigning vigorously for Banaide Congo there?
Absolutely. Just to let you know, for those of you who don't know, I represent the people of District 9 in my country where Madam Ide Congo where hails from. And so I am, as a father of that district, and as an area of that district, I will be campaigning for my sister, our daughter, our sister, Madam Ide Congo.
Then we come back to
Giving their official rules and the impasse of their house of elections. Where do you stand? What do you expect to achieve from that?
I stand with the rule of law. As you know, I've always made myself public and myself clear in terms of where I stand. I stand with the rule of law. Whatever the Supreme Court states is that what we'll go by.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, yes. I want for people to come in to help me in the process. But in so doing, I already stopped. Because I can't see, my woman too can't see, and the children, they are all students. In their asking who help us in the process. So we build a house and we attach a shop on it. You getting it? Okay. That is what we want to do. We bought a few vehicle rest. We want to open it.
So, the shop and what you build.
Yeah.
You got the money from begging?
From only begging on the street.
So, let's be sincere. You can pay more than 500
in the daytime, it's better to tell somebody a true story. Sometimes 1,500. Yeah. The day you are blessed, Allah bless you with full acting, non-full acting, and white cash. Now, what help us to build the house? Yeah. From now to July of this year, I don't even want to see my son on the street. I already got my shop to open it because when the market is small, while I finished making the plan that I don't want to go back on the street. And now when the money is not nowhere, while eating from the same money, the business will collapse. So, the children, yes, they are sincere to me. They knew very well that when they cheat me, then they are cheating themselves. So they are sincere. Anybody give them money, the first thing they tell me, say, oh, Papa, I 20 that the person gave you, I 50 that the person gave you. And what they do?
So the money that you take today, you carry to your woman, your sister.
Yes.
So now
All depend the type of susu you jump.
Yeah, the type of susu you run.
Oh, like the one we in now, at the end of the day, maybe it's about $15,000. Yeah.
So in your dialect, you say you from Nimba, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. On the good of 2 car total European and here, Cabra, Mary at home on a couple, the great or bread, at double floor, Nipiado. Why, me, I'm not 2 the can bloomer. It all will cover the way I play or can plan, can put to the country. They pay me to the total room and make a bloomer about a bloomer. Come on, do the point the car Yasiara. It all knows and what come over. Naturally, I can't a bloomer, no more soon I do 088 14 00023 088 14 00023. Now my Lone Star number there. I hear second card of 07700 30 181. 07700 30 181.
Okay. What are some of the difficulties you face in the streets while you get here?
And brother, there are many. You see, it's just hard to say. That is why I decided not to be on the street again. Some people will come and see you and hate you intentionally. They will not even tell you sorry. As for me, I can tell them and say, oh, my man, sorry for hating me. Or say, oh, my brother and sister, say, eh. So you knew that you hate me, eh? Some will insult you. You see, they blind people, they get more. When you say, where you talking from?
You can't go there. You can't go there. Business out you can't go there. You can't go there. You can't go there. You not go there. You can't go Banga.
Our student people are away.
Hey, Yahweh. Hey, Yahweh. Hey, Yahweh.
People are away.
Hey, Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Hey, Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Hey, Yahweh.
Our father, students are away.
Hey, Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Hey, Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Hey, Yahweh.
People are away.
Hey,
To all of you, and usual many thanks for joining us on this wonderful presentation of the morning ride, and we are certainly back here again on this edition of the morning ride. Welcome folks, wherever you are. Let's have a good time together this morning discussing Liberia, discussing critical national issues for growth and development of our country, and moving Liberia forward. Liberia first, Liberia first, Liberia last. But this is your breakfast info companion program. The morning ride is certainly back on your dial, Cool 91.9, and you're watching us on our YouTube channel as well this morning. Our Facebook page, Cool, and Cool Radio Online, Cape News as well. Follow all of these media outlets, and certainly you will get the information at your doorsteps, in your offices, at your business centers, in your vehicles, wherever you're going to be this morning. We say welcome to this edition that promises to be great, stimulating, top provocative on critical national issue. I'm Weekie Brooks, TD does Barkley behind the camera. Ambassador Vi will certainly be part of the team again this morning, where we together we walk the walk and talk the talk, and as usual help to shape the paradigm of our democracy. This is the platform where truth are told, undiluted truth are told. Hard-thinking, critical analysis, and your opinions and views are well respected on this platform. But what supersedes facts at the end of the day, we do not just break the news, but we balance the news and give you what you deserve. Welcome. Let's have a very good time together. You will have the time to interact based on all of our talking points this morning, running up on the 10 o'clock this morning. Well, whatever you are, we like to say it again. Welcome from the city of Painesville, Montserrat, Liberia. This is your program.
Super Vanga, Super Vanga, Super Vanga, Super Vanga, Super Vanga, Super Vanga, Osida, Super Vanga, Ostuda, Super Vanga, Ostuda, Super Vanga, Oprosa, Super Vanga, Super Vanga, Super Vanga, Super Vanga, Super Vanga, Super Vanga,
Alright, we say good morning to all of you. Yes, good morning to all of the folks. You know, let me say good morning to you, Superintendent Jacob M. Grenu, of the Liberia National Police, always watching, always following as well. I'd like to say happy pre-birthday to you. You're going to be celebrating on the 18th of April. But I'd like to say to all of you, welcome folks, and many thanks to all of our regular viewer listeners and our regular callers to this edition of the Morning Ride. And to our folks there in Nima County, we say good morning to you. And I'm hoping that we got 13 days to go to the election in Nima. Yeah, we saw it on yesterday. The Authority National Congress endorsed Madam Ide Gongowen on yesterday. You know, candidacy as a senator vying for the senatorial position following the death of Senator Fred Johnson. We hope that it remains peaceful and we can go to the process and accept the result that one person will win. If you are dissatisfied, the law is a law. You can test the law, use the court, and wait for the outcome. But do not use violence. Do not use our young brothers and sisters in the process to perpetrate violence. It's not healthy for our country. We did it before, it took us nowhere but destroy us. Up to this time, we are still fighting to repair some of those things that our neighbors have gone far ahead of us, and we are still here repairing some of these things. So let us learn from the ugly past that we do not repeat it, and we go to the process with a level playing field where everybody will have the chance to exercise the franchise, the constitutional right to participate, eligible voters. Those of you who are not yet or not have a say in the Nima by-elections and the by-elections, stay out of it. Watch the process. Encourage your brothers and sisters, relatives who are there, eligible to participate, to go to the process with one mind and do it in peace and wait for the outcome of the result from the body that is called with the authority of the National Elections Commission to put out those results. And you have the right to challenge it, file in your complaint at the National Elections Commission. The hearing officers will go through it. If you are dissatisfied, the Supreme Court is there, so will look at the case and make a clear decision of what's happening. Now you listen to the former Vice President of Recent a couple of days ago on Sunday, claiming that she has not been receiving her benefit over a period of time, of which the government now have said that is not the case. But they are not outrightly denying that, but there's any other issue she can make. But she says she had made a formal complaint to the president, the pro tem, the speaker, concerning, but a leaked list from the Ministry of Finance development planning showed that she'd been receiving her pension and other benefits from NASCO, from the Civil Service Agency and other places. And Liberians are having mixed view on this, that the former vice president have not been sincere, and others are saying it's a make-up thing. But in the list, you see that the former president George Weah is there, former president Ellen Johnson is there. You see even the late president, the late slim Liberian president, Samuel Kayando, his wife Nancy Do is there. Jogeri wife name is there. We see the name of Matty Bly as well there, and other folks who've been receiving, but she said she has not been receiving. So how that possible? But who knows what she's talking about? But she said she's been receiving. What she's been receiving is that of former senator of the Republic of Liberia. And there is this argument people are arguing on the issue of retirement, that you must have served and honorably retire, or there are folks who say, the law argument, we're trying to bring the legal people to interpret some of these things, but most of the time we don't get them. Well, there are some who are saying, look, these people contested in the political race, they were defeated, they did not retire, like former President Ellen Johnson, who served 2 terms at the Constitution. That's what the Constitution mandates. 2 terms, which is equivalent to 12 years. And there are others who have said there's a total need to look at the reform of our laws, because some of the laws are confusing in terms of interpretation. But there are others who said that it's enshrined in the law that as former president or former vice president, you are entitled to this and entitled to that. But the argument is still boiling, and everybody making their own opinion on some of the matter and saying, look, we can do this. So we need a clear and defined definition, because when we talk about retirement, you must have served, reached the age, and honorably retire from your position and return to the private sector, or probably being hired based on your expertise as consultant, where you provide consultancy to whatever institution that still needs your help and your contribution. So this is where we are. There are folks who also upset. Former President Charles Taylor resigned as president, so he's entitled to that. He resigned and left the country, and another president was sworn in, which is his vice president at the time, Moses Bly, who became president for a couple of months. And also, after that, we went to election. He was also politically retired because he did not contest. And his term was already over. But the argument that the fact that President Weah, former President George Weah, and that of Madam Joy Howard Taylor, to serve 6 years and went back to contest and were defeated by the Unity Party. But there are some who are also saying, after serving 2 terms under former President Ellen Johnson, President Weah contested. He did not retire politically, and today he's back in the hot seat as the president of Africa's other republic, Liberia. So there are mixed reactions. to this matter. There are people who are for and against, you know, and giving their own opinion and saying we need to come clear and get a clear interpretation of this. Because we know that the law also provides that a Chief Justice, when retired, you're entitled to your benefits and other things, as associate justices as well. It's the same, where you resign, all of these things, but to still be actively involved into politics, and we add an advantage, and you stay after making huge sum of money, and I'm now retired, but yet you still receiving, while others are struggling, who have served in the military, who have served in the police, and other places, teachers are still running after their benefits and other things, cannot easily get it, and we are still putting food on the table for people who were living at the expense of the poor woman who sells in right lights. You know, the road cards that they never bought with their own money, taxpayer money bought it for them. Those who protected them were being paid by taxpayer again, and those who are still protecting them still being paid by taxpayer, and all of these things. But yet, the man who makes 150 will have to protest. The man who makes 15, 10,000 and other benefits, these things are easily placed on the table for them. You know. When will we have the kind of a change and have an economy that look into the lives of the poor people, the struggling people, people who serve as representatives, as senators, who are not working any longer, who were defeated, are still receiving something from government. Let's come to think about this. 9 years. And after 9 years, you went to contest and did not win. But yet, these people are still living at the expense of the poor people. I hope our folks are listening, and please listen with comprehension. Because there are a lot of you people who normally contradict people and make claims and conclude because of the poor understanding. Otherwise, we try to make it so simple. You still come to claim, make blanket statement on people. We cannot afford to pay teachers a little 500 United States dollars, but we can afford to give somebody 500 United States dollars who served for 6 years, 12 years as representative or senator, and were earning salary and other benefits, earning medical, housing fee, all of these things. We cannot. The least officer in the Liberia National Police cannot earn 500 United States dollars. We see it too big. We paid them $150 and we wanted to do work cost 2,000 United States dollars. How much can a man who makes $150, how long he's going to work to save? There are folks who in the police have served 27 years, some 30. They have never earned 200 United States dollars a month. But our neighbors are far beyond that, paying people above that. And we want the system to be a system that will be so unique, and we put billboards and other things out. Don't take bribes. Don't bribe the police. What are you offering the police? Nobody is supporting bribery. But at times, our government, we create rooms for some of these things to happen. We create the rules just the same at LRA. Now, you got over 50 employees. Reportedly were involved into some flaw, medical flaw. You got medical slip to get the people, you delay. The fun of skin, you go, say go and treat yourself and bring the bills. People saw it as a man. You open the floodgate for corruption to take place. Sometimes we blame ourselves for creating some of these rooms. And until our leaders can sit on the round table, our financial experts can see, our people, leaders who are patriotic and nationalistic can see that the resources of the country must be used to better the lives of the people. God did not give it to us for particular people to only enjoy. He said, let me give it to these people that they enjoy. We see these things on a daily basis. We cry every day about the huge importation, the trafficking, smuggling of drugs in our country. Why? It's because those who should be the gatekeepers are poorly managed, poorly paid, and want them to do jobs that they cannot show anything for tomorrow. It takes somebody to be patriotic to say, I will not accept it. A man who makes $80, $100, $120, $150 a month, and the month comes to an end, you get into the next month before you get paid. And you come in contact with somebody who is trafficking drugs. It tells you instantly, this is 5,000 United States dollars. You start to count how many years you will work if you were saving to save such amount of money. And you think that, yeah, no problem, you can go. No problem, you can go. Inspection going on right now for vehicles, registration, insurance. Those inspectors, those traffic officers are the new chopping spot now. They're making huge sum of money. At the end of the day, those very same vehicles will be released once these people get money. And you'll find them back into the street. The next time, for inspection, we will find them right back into the streets. So, we need to provide the necessary information to the public. We carry on inspection, we do not report to the public. How many vehicles not roadworthy? How many vehicles were being insured? How many dollars in the process government generated? Then we say yes. But sometimes these processes are done just for the need that people are expecting. No accountability to the public. Nobody account for anything. And we see these things, we close our eyes. Because those who should be regulating, those who should be looking at these things are those who stay fighting. Since October of last year, we are still in a situation where we don't know who is the Speaker of Liberia. Because they are divided. To place focus on some of the major issues confronting Liberia, we are divided. Where at this time, we should be reviewing some of the concessions, looking at those commitments that were made in some of the agreements. reviewing whether these people have been able to live up to it. But our focus is for the struggle of power. Our people are there in poverty, there almost everything. Oh, the president, you know. The playing games have taken us nowhere. We shift blame. Today, all of the opposition political parties will shifting blame on the government now. As soon as they get to power tomorrow, they will be the very same people who will start to shift blame again. Oh, we inherited this. We inherited that. We met this. When you say you have solution to the problems, Liberia is a country where oppositions can identify problems, but when you give them the chance, they cannot have a fix. And they will still live in that state of opposition. You will be government, but you're running the show like you're in opposition. Who tell us the truth? Somebody said, I'm not receiving this. Document comes out and say, you're receiving this with other people's names on it, and nobody talking. Only you talking. Is it to buy public sentiment? Is it to buy more government? Is government deliberately doing it too as well and want to cover up and say, no, we're doing it? What benefit she stands to receive if telling the Liberian people, I'm not receiving it, and government saying you receiving this? And government said to open. So Liberians, on this Wednesday, about the real human issues that we want to talk about. We have come too far for what people are earning in this country, from the public sector to the private sector. And let me say something. One of the worst ever right now in Liberia is the private sector. They have copied government behavior to the extent they have surpassed government in how devilish they are in the private sector. The private sector, because government cannot even regulate, cannot even manage or serve. So people in the private sector just do anything they want to do. Then government can delay in paying your own people. Government are collecting all of the taxes will delay to pay people. So people in the private sector too, we have to delay to pay people. And we expect Liberia to be fixed with such behavior from the government to the private sector. How can a man work whole month and he sits and just keep looking at his phone, waiting for a light? You call this other person to ask. You hear one police officer will call another police officer to or not from the same thing. How that? These are some of the shortcomings that government need to critically look at. You synchronize it. Everybody work the same time. Then everybody do not take pay at the same time. The man do not get his money until probably the 15 days in the foreign month. How do you expect him to survive? You create room for corruption. You create room for that man to take bribe. We got to blame ourselves our time for some of these things that happen. And not just throw it at people and say, oh, they may corrupt. We're not talking about those who sit in high position where you can even, your paycheck a month can serve you for 2-3 months. But yet you still want to be corrupt. The little that is there for the layman, you still want to take it. Some of the benefits and other things that we're giving people in this country, very wasteful. We still taking care of people's medical bills. People who serve in position were earning around $20,000 a month for years. But the teacher will take a medical slip and go to the clinic, the hospital, will have to carry extra cash. We will fly people out of Liberia to seek treatment after serving years. But we cannot fly one officer out of this country. Do you know how many police officers die on a daily basis? Do you know how many military officers die, immigration officers die? But the bosses are flown out of this country even when they have headache. Our teachers who are indoctrinating partisan knowledge into the next generation are walking distances to get to classes. They will improvise, while all of the ministers and assistant ministers, officials of Ministry of Education enjoy the ride expensive car, air conditioned car. The offices are there, renovated, furniture. Well, go to public schools. As for the teacher's lodge, nothing there. And we expect these people not to take bribes for these students. There are folks who have gone to work this morning, working for government and other entities, left nothing home for the kids to eat, and they themselves thinking how they will get back home. And everything we play politics with in this country. Everything we play politics. Things that people should have a peaceful assignment about, they don't do it. But to misuse and abuse the children for the wrong reason, because you say you don't get your pay, so the children should go in the street, put rocks in the bed to stone. You call yourself, you say vanguard student, and you leave major critical issue, you go stay in for LFA office, and one man will resign because you hear one student talking, the man supposed to be in Nigeria, loading car. And you turn to wonder, these are the people who claim to be intellectual. And don't forget, WHO, if you find a listed there, intellectual disability is a disease, if you don't know. One of the diseases in the world, intellectual disability, WHO, a few years ago listed it there right now. There are doctors trained right now to help that. And we see that in the streets, in forums, everywhere. You see, you're looking at automobile, you're looking at car. You want to compare car with a bicycle. Not that possible. Something wrong with you. You can't stick to one topic, you jump from it, you jump from it. Intellectually, it's a serious disability for you, and you must be worked on. That's why we see on a daily basis. Now again, to go to workplaces, one person cannot just sit so easily and go to the restaurant or wherever to buy food. Everybody got to put together. Heads of whom will put together 200, 100, 150, 250. Put it together, everybody eat. Because one person can have food. 250 food will not fill you. You eat it, you got to drink 2-3 bags of water. These are the bread and butter issues that must be addressed. Are we addressing them? You in political party, in opposition, you are not discussing these things. You're discussing government bringing drugs. Those are the kind of things that you're discussing. You are not discussing the bread and butter issue. You take the bread and butter issue and politicize it and use those who are struggling for the wrong reason. For the very, very wrong reason. You got to sit on the table. People who are pension are struggling to get the pension benefit. People who earn big salary over the years, the pensions are walking to the doors. Folks who earnestly serve this country, today, they die running behind the pension benefits. The children are also fighting to get it. Some have forgotten it. People sit somewhere and just eat it. Enjoy themselves. And we overlook these things. We overlook these things. All we care to talk is politics. Politics. How many of us concerned about the hospital in Bombay? Those who are in Bombay. How many are talking about the hospital in Grand J, in Maryland, in Sino, in Grand Crew? Are these medical facilities rendering the services? Do they have the necessary equipment? Do we have professional people there who are paid and motivated? We wouldn't need to put people in the streets to go and protest. You see, opposition political party need to re-strategize. You got to change your approach. It's too archaic for present day reality. You've been too repetitive. Things you said 10 years ago, you say the same thing. The way you ran your campaign 10 years ago that you got defeated, you still running it the same way. The message that you preach, you stay preaching the same message and getting no result. You're sitting waiting now only for election to come. Black handbag political party. Some of the places they rented, painted, those places with the party color go there. No, you can't even see the color any longer. The deception in this country is so high. Liberian politics so fake. That's why they do not address the bread and butter issue. Look at the People Liberation Party, the PLP. Dr. Kasser was alive. He criticized the CDC-led government, that he was the one to liberate, vying for the presidency. Unfortunately, he died. As soon as he died, those who he left behind to manage the party, they took the main party, went straight and joined the coalition. They joined it. You see the deception? You see the deception in our politics in this country? As soon as the man died, they took the main party straight to join CDC. The same CDC they criticized, but because the man who was the brainchild of the party have died. They switched script to the CDC. Because the CDC did not win, they withdrew themselves from the CDC. This is it. This is it. This is why we're talking. Some of you don't like to hear these things. The political party and the party does nothing for you. Your contribution to the party is more than what the party has contributed to you. You prepare to starve yourself. You prefer to walk from here to Allah because they say the party marching. But you are not prepared to struggle to put food on the table for your family. And the party is just there. The campaign due. But let me take this very quickly, and I'm going to be right back this morning on this edition of the morning. Right this wonderful day.
Got a sword.
Magic of breeze. Capital billion fire. Politician making plywood, just a small cherry then. Well, they eat the salad and they give you a fire. Because in my cause, they're small cherry then. Politician making plywood, just a small cherry then. Well, they eat the salad and they give you a fire. Because in my cause, they're small cherry then. facilities. No job, no justice. No stable cover. We suffering. Condition, I swear it is hard for.
Morning. I want to say welcome to all of you as usual. You know, like I said, Ambassador, when you discuss Liberia issue, the tendency is that you get angry. Because the form of manner in which our governance structure is formed, it is deceptive. It is biased. It speaks about the interest of the people, but in actuality it's not. And because our leaders enjoy these things, so they don't talk. They don't. Because the folks are aware of what they know and the people don't know, so they leave it at that. Like you mentioned earlier on. You find an official that goes to government in certain position, and after the tenure expires, you start to pay him still. But the man or woman that devotes or dedicate their lives for the country, they are not well taken care of. It's bad. And it's time that our folks review these things. You can't have the policeman imagine your whole life you just standing in the traffic. You just blowing whistle, directing. You just regulating behind cars. Your whole life. The day you got full problem, just know that you're going to be stuck up in your chair for your wife and children. The government or institution don't care about you. But they are still telling you that somebody who was in a position, imagine 6 years or 9 years, we should still give the person benefits.
And that's why I said earlier on, we need a total reform
Sure.
of our law. Because then we need to look at how much we were paying you.
Eh?
After that, we still do not have to give you anything.
Why?
If your pay were being, whatever taxes are being caught up, you can go to national court to still have us usually resting on us like that.
You see?
And some of them, it's not just because of the position, but they serve in a position and contributed nothing.
And they were in other position, but they even come to the position.
Yes, and they live at the extent of the poor woman who sell pepper better about Iran in Douala, Waterside, West Point, and other places. The car you rode while you were minister or president, vice president, or chief justice, you were never the one who bought it. It was bought by taxpayer money. The fuel or gas that were put in it all the years. The driver who drove you around.
You are the one who paid.
You are not the one who paid him. The very security you had at your homes and protecting you day and night, you were not the one who.
The cleaner.
Your cook. You know.
Why would divide the country wealth in the, I just say certain people are just so important than the rest of other people.
To the extent that they do not even give her account. Take for instance, in the budget you see money there for the chief justice for the fiscal year. At the end of the year, we don't see how that money was expended. The president of office will not see how that money was expended.
Yeah.
The vice president how that money was expended. And the list go on the speaker, the pro team. But these are people when they leave offices, we still pay them. Then we will not pay the teacher who went in a class for 20 years, 27 years, 30 years. He will run behind what will be caught from him to NASCO until he or she dies.
See, it's so deceptive.
While others will be sitting and the pension will walk to them. People taking telephone and say, Chief, your pension ready. While others are walking and say, man, you will come out next week.
We are not near anything fixing this country.
No, we are not.
We are not near it.
There is nothing to hide about it.
On a serious note. You put one man who was an immigration officer at the border. He's there. He has seen or heard about other people who were there. They are not in the position how they're being treated. Then you put him there. People coming with guns. Illegal entry of alien foreigners. Then he said and he will not get the money when he still get. The people can offer him, they bring him one bag of single power gun, they give him a 2,500 US, or which he know that he will refuse, he will not get it in a lifetime as a lump sum. Without making people to be sincere.
Yeah.
Because the government is not sincere to the people. I said when you discuss like what issue you sit in the court, you will get vexed on a serious note. We shall pretend to fix things out, but in actuality it is not what it is. And I heard we say government have indoctrinated the private sector to extent the more than what government doing. Because even if they do it, where do you carry a case? They will tell you, say, go to government. If government not victim of the same thing. Then you mention how many police officers died. And I can say to the National Police, ask them whether they know all of the officers today, or other than they know that will turn in today and turn out tomorrow, or in the evening time. Yeah. We pretend to have a system, but there's no system. We just have a structure. It is very much sad. It's very much sad. Then now, the former vice president is saying, she's not been given her benefits and other things as a senator, and she's being left out and all of that. The treatment isn't right. Then government come and say something different, or hearing something different, or see something different somewhere coming up. Who do we listen to? But if it is the cleaner at JFK that have worked there for years, or the nurse, if they talk about their benefit today, you know the police officers that are retired during the days of Patrick Sulu, they are still complaining today? Are you aware that some of them are rich first? They wear uniform, they stay to Zoom and airports. Why are we doing like this? Immigration officers. Some of them they are going to other details in the counties. They are there functioning. Because they say if we sit down, the benefit that government promised us, we're not getting it. How do we survive? Yeah. This is what I've known all my life.
We create rooms
for corruption.
And we complain.
Yes.
You know?
They want more private drugs coming in the country. Yeah. We're not selling for the drugs.
Yeah. When the man who makes peanuts, his salary is delayed. The man who makes above 5,000 and other benefits receive it instantly.
Imagine the man is not moving for you to go to Baga, but they give him gas. The man who is working, taking pay, they put scratch card in your phone, they give you scratch card. The man who is not getting scratch card is not getting it. The man who can get scratch card.
But take for instance now, some of the areas, some of government agencies and other places, even people who got their homes, in their total gross benefit a month, you know that they get rental fee for them in it.
Yeah. Housing is there.
Yeah, the housing fee is there.
Yeah.
The housing fee there.
But the man who is paid 150,
you don't care whether he has a house, where he lives. Even let's go back to the police. See how they do assignment. Somebody lays man back there. You assign the man to Central, but you got no means of transporting him to go to Central.
But you want him to be there.
You want him to be there. Look at some of the DSO, the CEO, how they assign teachers. The man lives rehab or Tingers Village, and you assign him to PCS. How he gets to work or how she gets to work, it's none of your business.
Then yes,
when the man come down, you look at how to transport instead to go back, he start to collect money from the student.
Yes, we get the man how to do what the man have to eat.
You created such environment for it. until we can realize and handle the bread and butter issue, all those things I will try.
We will not get there
for nothing.
Sure.
And this attitude has entered into the private sector.
It is.
To the extent the private sector now is worse than government.
It is. And we just sit and look at it as normal.
No, but the people have forced people who work to accept abnormal things to be normal.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know. Why? We know what is right. And I always say to people, to do the right thing is very easy than the wrong thing. You do the wrong, you have to use so many means you have to defend it.
You will now wake up and hear, oh, this opposition political party donated medical supply to the government hospital or to the other public clinic or to one private clinic that's situated and knowing that it's serving everybody. So you want to do it, but you forget to know that the very people you want to lead, the people go to the hospital not asking them which party they're from. So when you put it in, those who support you will also get benefit of it.
They take it. The person not get anything there. You go care some expensive drugs, you tackle any sickness, $10 for one. The person care $5, they will carry it.
And the one you said that.
Yeah, because you have created the environment, the corridor for such.
Yeah.
But the reason why you are interested in paying people is to deter the person from doing the wrong thing.
Yeah. Then when you see people who should be advocating for the right thing, they use innocent kids to advocate. Even when it is legitimate, they incite them in the other way around, put racks in your bed.
Yeah.
People who call themselves intellectual.
They will chop police officer.
Intellectual. You wear khaki. You go say if an LFA headquarters, you say the LFA president must resign because he's not a Liberian. And two, look at, he's a man who's supposed to be in Nigeria loading car. Is that intellectualism? You don't address bread and butter issues.
Yeah, we don't.
You do not even keep government feet to the fire for the people who are physically challenged into the streets. You see the number of them? Those kids who are moving with the parents for handout. They are out of school.
Yeah, and they're growing.
They are growing. Some of them now start having kids. You are not addressing. You are not telling government why is it. See the number of people who are mentally disabled, mentally deranged. Why government doesn't need to put. These are critical issues, but only they are going to monitor telephone and call to condemn or to criticize somebody who are bringing a real issue on the table.
But my brother, in real life, if a child is born and they like to be introduced to carry their father on the street to beg, would they think about any life ahead of that? No. Because the parents tell you that you have to do this, because there's no opportunity for you. You see how I'm looking? You have to do this. But we sit back but when you hear at the end of every term, you hear say millions of dollars were spent for this purpose. Millions of dollars spent for this purpose. You don't see it. We're not ready in the country. We're not ready. Because we are beating around the bush, acting that we are solving the problem. We are not solving no problem. On a serious note, like you mentioned, inspection going on. Those very cars that today police officers or the municipal folks will stop. Tomorrow you'll see them on the street, or after this thing you'll see them on the street, or the next inspection they will be on the street, because the men know you can't stay on that sun for all that while and don't get anything. You have to get something. So when you come, is give me something gold. They don't say give me wholesale price. Give me $100. Give me $150. You get it, you'll remain here. I don't have to love it because you don't want to remain there. You don't want to face the wrath of the system. At the end result, those very vehicles that was condemned or that were questioned goes back after inspection. How did it happen? Because those who were there, they didn't want the system was created so that they might find a way to eat. It's not like the people they made a budget where they are paid hugely, so they created a loophole so that those who are not paid like them should get something. Is that the case for Liberia? Is that the case? Like I always ask the question, especially President Okoma, on the regime again, police officers are still buying their own uniforms. Police officers buying their own hanger, their own boots. What kind of system are we changing? You won't tell me Liberia as a country cannot procure uniform for the officers? Even 2 times a year? They can't? Then we're sick. On a serious note. You got immigration officers. You have to buy your own police t-shirt. Immigration officers buy their own badge, buy the flag, buy their uniform, buy the boots to get it. How is it that those on the outside are getting these things in the country that your officers can go and get it that you cannot get? Why are we seated upon a diamond mine, a gold mine, but we are still over the water? We're still thirsty. Is it our leaders are not innovative? Do not have the ideas? Or are they selfish and greedy? They only think about themselves. My people, this country, if we don't address the bread and butter issue, if we don't face reality, we are going nowhere. Tell me, this government will end 6 years. You will still see that people are crying again. Mark my word. If care is not taken. Because we are not addressing the bread and butter issue. If our people are educated, they are catered to. When they learn, they obey, they follow. Then the system gets better. You talk about corruption, corruption will never finish. Because the system government has deployed is that they want to support the corruption.
Yeah. To address the bread and butter issue, you hear somebody say, the man have for the 2 years, for the 8 years experience in government. You think that one person can run the show? Every single Liberian in this country owes this country something. The president cannot be everywhere. And that applies to all of the presidents that have held this country as president. The president will appoint you as minister, you go, you sit there. You're not doing the work. You expect the president to go do the work for you.
Yeah.
They have chain of command. They got director of cabinet. They got people who make report and onward to the president. The president will not just sit down and assume because he hears something in the public. When there's a huge public outcry, concerning the president asks committee to see our best, they can investigate. And there are some.
And if they don't do it right, he will not get the right information.
Yeah. We feed our leaders when they come about information. We feed our leaders. If this government failed, it failed because of those who surrounded the president. Some of them would not be sincere and earnest. They will give color. We saw that. Under Manna Johnson said we saw that on former President George Weah. The former Minister of Education lied to the president. I'm so sorry. You are giving the president a clear, painted picture of how nice public schools were. Until the former president made an unannounced visit and saw things for himself. Saw children sitting, students on broken benches, chairs, on the floor. And he was so shocked and astonished. And ordered the Minister of Finance to put in some money for the chairs to be fixed. While the chairs were fixed and taken to public school, nobody knows. Those are the things that we do to our leader. The late Dr. Joseph Koto, our Minister of Education. He had that ministry filtered. He goes to work anytime until the former president went before him and he came, he was suspended. It's the same that President Barker will need to do as well. Some of the people you see in the position, when they go to the president, when they get appointment with the president, they paint nice picture. Sure. We understand that the president will take all of the blame at the end of the day, but we need to be rational in our thinking. We need to be rational in our thinking. Our former Representative Solomon Johnson, he said President Weah was surrounded by sycophants. He was surrounded by devilish people who lied, who deceived and took advantage because he only loved to hear all the good things. Just that President Baga call all the superintendent and say, "You tell me how the county low."
That'll be all right.
They'll say, "Chief, the county, your people there, put some hotel here, the poor, ready won't see you."
Even now, say, "Why election you win again?"
Yeah. We need to find out there are some places you big when care is not taken, they will boo the president. But you come and lie. You will not tell the president that look, the health system in the county pool we need to augment. The school system, we need total renovation of public schools. What in that one when you tell your leader, those are reality, tell the president. They put you in position, you just take the position to be your one Steve Zambo, where everybody thought he experienced, you former senator, you lost election after 9 years, president decided to accommodate you into the government, you go there, you also resident permit, you place it in foreign hands. You look at Indian firm and give it to them to issue resident permit because you are already getting your key back, you are already getting your share. And these people not just do this. Some of the people should be locked up at this time.
Yeah.
Because that is a complete gross violation and a total fearless disregard for the rule of law. Look, there's some people got no space to be working. This is the only country that has a huge level of allegation on corruption. People are still free. In other countries, just the magnitude of that allegation on you are not walking around.
Mm-hmm. But we'll give this space.
But yeah. We talk about millions of dollars. Allegedly, there are 20 they say they use it for security reasons. They stay right.
They stay around.
And the other man goes sit down to justify. You did not get. Yeah. You comparing Twe and his co-defendants and that of Brandon Samuka. He said, I want Twe took order from the president. And Brandon Samuka told you he took order from the boss. Who is the boss at the time?
Oh, God.
We go to school in this country to only defend corrupt people. But the people who are in the street begging, we do not put government feet to the fire to make sure that they reduce the level of poverty. Now we right here. Walk. The anger in people's faces, they're walking. Be careful because you will get hit somebody on the shoulder and the man will hit you back. Nobody willing to carry you to the police station. Nobody. Just a driver willing to get down and fight you for his $5. Motorcycle ready to park and come fight. Then the other ones who do not understand anything, they will come without asking and jump into it. See how the country is turning.
A mother will hit her child till the child died.
Yeah.
What kind of anger is in her that she want? I said, my people.
People who should be role model.
And we say, these are the issues. Our systems is full of corrupt individuals.
And we create the system for people to be corrupt. Look at the number of people the LRA are about to be laid off.
Yeah.
You create a system for the people to steal. Then you're going after the people.
Yeah.
You should be bleeding yourself and see how bad you can have the structure structure. You tell somebody to go through yourself and bring a bill.
They may bring a bill.
They may bring a bill that the boy. What kind of thing is that?
We're just pretending to build a system of which we're not. You see?
We need to get some
over the weekend, President Baga went to birthday party in the canon. From there, he said, let me pass to the Pope and see issues. But nobody complaining now. Because things I would complain about in the past, when it comes to reality in the future, we overlook it. If care not taken, we're not going anywhere.
We will keep talking.
Because institutions, currently, monies are given to institutions, accountability is a problem.
You talk about that issue.
Yeah, you talk about the issue with you. Look at what happened to the airport. The entire outage there, somebody said because the birds were feeding on dump site.
No, they said the birds struck.
Yeah.
Then the words are all that you have dumps. You are making dump sites.
Yeah, dump sites. But in real life, in real life, in a very serious country, those people give them a report. They will leave for the place they're sitting now.
And you know something. Just by putting people's lives at risk, people should be off that position.
Immediately.
And if possible, they go to jail for certain time as penalty that other people will not try it when they get into those positions. But we leave there.
That's how you popular rates, properties. Eh? But we say them all of these things. Because why? Somebody, brother or sister is in a position, this person is there, and we want to protect everybody. And that's how we want to run government. Whereby our children, our sons and daughters, the men and women of this country who should be defending this country, they are lying down, addicted to drugs.
And you know why? The government need, that's what we say we need to look at our laws. Now, we need to put a threshold. We need people who are earning certain salary after they have left the position. I don't think we need to pay them again, because when you have worked for a length of time and been well paid, you save money for your retirement to support yourself. Then you stay behind us to support you.
Yeah. You working, but you save money.
We're not talking about people who making $200 or $500 a month. You making thousands of dollars with a lot of other benefits. We won't fight. Oh, they won't copy the style of America, but when it comes to certain things, we ain't able to do it because the president of America annual salary is $400,000. Our leaders here, people who are not even president, earn more money than the president of America. And when the president leaves, annually, they make half of that salary, $200,000. The world's biggest economy. They don't even, I'm talking about the salary, I'm not talking about all the other things. The salary that the president, when you retire, will stay paid. We need to look at some of these things. Not everything will copy from people. There are some people in low position, the way they have served this country, they deserve to live until they die on the expense of the Liberian people too.
But the people who are the engine of the country, they get nothing, right? And digest it. We need to focus on the real issues. This country deserves better. And this is how we just turn around. After the term, we look, it's over. Don't go back to another election. They let another person again. You see the recycling or the same very thieves coming back because of the kind of system we created. Again, we are seeing another year. The first quarter gone by. Monies dish out to institutions, ministry and agencies. Are we going to get a needed results? Are we going to get any results? Liberia, as the oldest republic, sat here, and for months till today, we don't know whether we'll have a speaker or not. We're still dangling. Are we serious? Are we serious? We cry for our kids being in school. The number of kids outside matching up the numbers of the ones that are in school. They are growing up with such a sense. Our young boys and young girls addicted to drugs. Till their lives have been threatened. The men and women will depend on tomorrow to defend the borders of this country. But all we do, we focus on the big sharks, the vehicles, make the officers bright, give them all the benefits.
We talk about critical national issue. You're discussing vehicle.
Yeah. Eh? How? And one thing I like, one day break the clock ticking. What are you dark? The clock ticking. It's going. Whether you're ready to move or not, the clock is still ticking. It's going. The clock is ticking. And it will be going on for years that we are now 6 years back. We're coming to another period.
Same 24-hour, other people get in the country, like same 24-hour guy.
Huh?
How we using ours?
How we using ours? We should create a society till the culture of violence has just been the issue of the day. Oh, that man shoot a friend. Oh, they want help. Nobody willing to take their friend to the law.
Nobody willing to provide the education. Say, oh, this ministry, this is the function of the ministry. You wouldn't want to clarify things. You wouldn't want to come when you hear that somebody did this or somebody said this thing about you. But to provide the education to the people and get it and guide them and say, this agency, this is the function of the agency. The Liberian Authority. To come and sit down and even provide the level of education how people should acquire land and give the kind of land. How to probate. Environmental Protection Agency telling people the value, the usage of the wetland. Why it's not good to dry it. All the education, don't cut the mango trees. But we will do it for them. We will do it for them and get nothing in return. But at least our people must benefit from this education. You're not in position to only do clarification.
The only thing it does is that we go about launching. After the launch, it's over.
The launch thing that they will not sustain.
It's over. Where are we going?
They won't be in a position.
Are we going to go back today? We're number 6 years and be faced with failed promises? Where? And we are still reneging on the education of our citizens. These awareness, messages, that our positions helpful for the people in this country. But are they aware? Are they informed? Who even told you that all of what goes up on the radios, there are people in the country who understand it? That's what that means, that we did themselves can be educated. That's what you see in other countries. They go breaking deep messages down to the local talents. Liberia is now no exception of that. But why are we not educating our people? Even the listing today. You find other countries, if you pay a higher than they get to a plastic bed, then you're in problem. The Rwanda. Because there was sustained education, so the laws are followed. But Liberia, disobedience, lawlessness, has actually been an order of the day. We wait until things happened. We have to wake up in this country. Now, who's telling the truth? If one of us has said, this is how I've been treated. So are we going to go down with war today, back and forth? Or the government said, oh, no, we're paying you. She said, no, I'm not getting they want. Until the game is gone. Where are we?
Where are we? Before we go to the lines, let me go and read some of your comments from our comment section. And this one comes from John Baldwin. Say good morning, folks. Samuel C. Gatte say I'm watching with you. And Benjamin F.P. say good morning, I'm watching from Weekie community. Nelson Chokon Reeves say good morning, cool family. Thanks for the update. Watching from Police Academy Block C community. And Kona Kun say I'm following you from Nimba. And this one comes from Joseph F.K. Wright. Say good morning, Brother Weekie Brooks. And I'm Joseph F.K. watching you from my usual home, Zuba time, to go through a community. Thank you for helping making Liberia better for all. Emmanuel N. Kiliman say good morning, Ambassador Weekie Brooks, teacher, instructor, lecturer, professor. I'm Emmanuel Kiliman, and I'm watching you from 72nd community. Thanks God for Mama Liberia. And this will come from George Watkins Jr. Say good morning everyone, and I'm following from my comfort zone in district number 3, Moserado County, Liberia. And this one comes from Abraham Wotu say following from Sevelio. Salia and Wayan say monitoring closely for Omega community, Pinjo City, Republic of Liberia. Thanks so kindly. Say thanks so kindly for the update. Liberia will get better someday. Keep the discussion on. Fanso Doki David say watching from Minnesota. Moses Moyen Seyon Jr. said good morning to my two great ambassadors, and I'm Pastor Moses Moyen Seyon Jr. following you live from up White Fence, Black D, committed, diversified community soul cleaning. Thank you always for joining us this morning. Keep your calls coming on 0775 919 919 0880 919 919 are the numbers you can certainly call us to be part of the conversation this morning on this edition of the morning, right? Please lower your monitor, walk away. We don't want feedbacks. And stick to the issue. Speak with civility, please, this morning. Let's talk to our callers on the line. Good morning. Good morning.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm Bill Kader from Soklinde, Mosebla.
Go ahead.
The people are not sincere. Some are all like, for me, I work for 27 months. I will retire to a weird time. They give me people that are on pension pay and now getting 1 cent a document in my position. Then 5 presidents who have been getting a lot of money, they cry for benefit. It's good to get benefit, then they retire or they didn't pay up to now a document in our hand. So these are the problems.
Thank you. Let's talk to our callers on the line. Good morning.
Good morning, Weekie Bruce and Nath.
Yes, I hear you.
Thank you. The name of Josiah Small for me from the Commandant Place Island. Commandant 540. You know, Weekie Bruce, I wonder if this the vice president, my former kid's lady. Now I can recall when the APA telling the work of the Liberians were protesting for their salary or the benefits of the free port at the time, around 2022. The vice president was still at the they said, you're not happy and doing something, you're finally not doing anything, you can protest, I'll arresting all the people now they need for the people. That's the bomb of God. Is it the vice president? By the time she's not getting anything, that's not true. Last night, she said no, I'm receiving money. They said when I started the senator benefit, she said no, I'm receiving 2 money. But the money I started you receive a vice president, I don't think I want to receive it. Because the 1972 Act was again a law that said a pension benefit, I started receive 10% on what the current vice president earned. That's what I say. But the one repeat to the safety, that one we know we said you should put money when you reach the 1 year, then you will receive it now so when you retire. Now the hearing last night, and you told me you're not receiving it about what the way they tell you receive something, but you're not going to receive. Is that a cause of this? Then when she was sick, for her own way she said she received $30,000 to go around her. For the morning. You see how wicked it was? They want to tell her when you go there, when you told her she said to the error, and told her she was not blessing the error. They were not trying to tell you there. You see how wicked it was? My brother Weekie, what the men are making 150 has said for the 4 years, he is going to go there, he didn't do anything. 150! So if you go and ask for the pension benefit, so go for 1,000 money, they can get it. So they're planning the process. These are what I said, they will give you 150.
Let's stick to the point and manage the time. Good morning.
Good morning, Weekie bro, and this is Stephen Todd Nimasio calling from Beyond Old Dream School building on GSA Road. I think the former vice president right to request what she's supposed to get by law. And secondly, other people, civil servants that were pension, I pray that the government should have them to start giving a benefit too. I think this will need to be justified. If our president right to get whatsoever she started to get. So I pray that they should work on it. And secondly, RRA, I want for the complete constitutional reform. And one thing I need to get clarity on, what a politician in Liberia, they are civil servants. Because when a politician is not going to be a civil servant, I think there will be nothing concerning pension benefit in their political career in which they choose. So we need a constitutional reform that we can re-amend some of those law. People who are civil servants have served the country for decades of years, they cannot receive their pension benefit.
Even somebody except you, we cannot receive their pension benefit. But why politicians who swallow our resources and divert it for their own personal benefit every year for complete benefit? We are not loyal to them. This country does not belong to anybody else. It belongs to all Nigerians. Let everyone be treated equally. Thank you for the show this morning.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You know, here we say, she is admitting that she's receiving money. What about the people who are not receiving anything?
Who's not advocate for them?
Who's also advocate for them? These are our leaders. Nobody is not saying that by law. But at least you receive it. What about those who are not? You listen to one of the callers who reportedly said he was retired, certificated, and yet to receive a dime. And he's not the only person. There are a lot of folks who've been coming to us. That's what you're aware of that. Sure. We're confronted on a daily basis by rash of courts will come. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Brooks, and good morning to Mr. Va.
Go ahead, sir.
This is the voice of Jesus. I'm phone from District Number 6, Mosurado County. You know, it is so shameful on the part of the former Vice President. You know, if you listen to her speech, you'll find insincerity and disloyalty in her speeches. You know, I was so astonished when the former Vice President Popular Lavio said she couldn't attend the inauguration program because she was out of vehicle. So meaning, apart from the government vehicle, the former Vice President...
she attended, she said all the vehicles that were assigned with her, the 6 vehicles, were taken away from her right after the inauguration, and she was left for the 5 minutes stranded. It's a private vehicle that took her home.
This service to the people of Liberia. This lady served as former First Lady of the Republic of Liberia. She served as Senator, and she also served as Vice President. Coming out to speak in a formal manner, I feel is wrong and a disservice to the people of Liberia. Secondly, she is
former deputy governor of the Bank of Liberia at the time, which is not Bank.
You see, all of those places that this lady works, meaning she's still coming on radio that she needs government benefit, while the ordinary citizen that was pensioned on earning from that regime, and now these people cannot even receive a dime for the services they run us to this country. And you, as a former Vice President, coming out crying like a wolf, it is so shameful. I don't want this government to even pay attention to her.
No,
because Liberians.
You know, we just say that we just want the right thing done.
Hello.
Let me talk to other callers. You live.
Good morning, Weekie, and hello, Ambassador Brooks.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, my name is Abdullah Golafale, and I speak to you before. I think the callers, we all need to be fair to one another. We listened to the former Vice President the last time, and we listened to her last time again. Look, as we all may know, whenever you work with any institution or company, NGO, you pay tax to Social Security. The former Vice President is making the whole world and the country to understand that she's been working, she's been paying tax to Social Security. Social Security, she has reached the age of 60, meaning she has reached the retirement age. So meaning they paying her for just benefit that she's been working or paying to the Social Security board. So this is the money she's receiving. Now, national government is coming out to say that they are paying the woman because through Social Security. She said, no, I work for Social Security, I work for Liberian national, the Liberian government. Meaning I'm supposed to be getting 2 just benefits. My retirement just benefit as a former Vice President, I'm supposed to receive it. So meaning because if I work for Pfizer and then I work for a Liberian government and Pfizer retirement, so Pfizer will tell me, say, oh, since we retire, we will not give you a retirement benefit, and so the Social Security will be responsible to pay it. Is that what the government trying to tell? The lady started the conversation very smallly. She said, I know, if you don't have the money, all what we need to do, we negotiate so that we can see how then who's supposed to be getting money, they get them. But I work for this one. I lost the Ministry of Justice. I lost the complaint to the Ministry of Finance. I lost the complaint even to the President. meaning I need a solution. I don't need back and forth position. Let me say, call back and forth today. Either one minister and counter react and counter react. This is not what I want. We need this country to move forward. So let us stop blaming the lady there to say she know what.
Thank you.
What's going on?
You see, in this country, you are asking for sincerity. We all need to be sincere. It's because people are advocating for this woman and not advocating for the rest of the other folks. And this is our call.
Yeah.
This is our call.
The police officers have been retired. The LDA, the LRS.
Yes.
Other companies have been retired. Why are nobody advocating for them to get that just benefit?
She entitled to what she requesting for. But we are now saying, let's be frank. Sometimes these things is always good to happen for people to know how other people, what they're going through as well. You know, these people were people who sat in position. But yet, they could not do, they only there to do selfish advocacy only because it affects you.
Yeah.
So you come to talk about it.
But other people are crying, nobody cares about that.
That woman was president of the Senate when Starbucks was striking for the salary and other benefits.
Ambassador, there were police officers retired when the regime was your vice president.
Sure.
Had they get that benefit today?
Nobody is saying but we're saying it should be cut across.
They all put it down to their own. Let's talk to Mrs. Scully on this line. Good morning.
Good morning, man.
Good morning, ma'am.
Now even pensioning the people. But everybody, majority of the people are pension, they die. Because they ain't getting rank. Whereby the president is so pension the people with handshake. But Joy and George, we are the never ever gave those people handshake and no fight that God after pension they will argue in one thing. I still won't cry wolf today for pension money. If you can run up on they were all singing Joy, we are my boy.
Yeah.
He never gave up the father that they already died. You wish them that. As somebody pension, she crying wolf. Joseph Bogas also pension and give her pension money. And things are all the money they bring in the country, what they do with it? They put it in crime machine, go camel small and get somebody like purple money according to Jovia. Oh, boy, I want you.
You see, let me sincere.
Look, for me,
they're all Liberians.
For me, what? For me, she deserved to have what she advocated for. But
everybody deserves it by the brother.
Yeah, we should not do it because she sits in a position and look, every single person who works for government, they're cutting their money too. But yet they are struggling to receive it. Good morning.
Good morning, Weekie. Good morning, Nath, and good morning to those listening.
You're welcome.
This is David Chie joining you live from District 6. This issue has been topical for quite a while now. And I think the reason it's important we talk about it is because there are civil servants who are as important as the politicians who serve us. And I think our advocacy should be about inclusivity, because everyone deserves to be honorary.
Oh, he's gone off the line. Sorry, we did not cut you off. We hope that you can call back this morning.
No, welcome for me. We lie on the IG. What do we say about him?
Let's talk about this. Good morning.
Good morning, Brooks and Nath.
But you should listen. Go ahead.
Yeah, good morning. This is you. Hello?
Go ahead, sir.
Thank you very much. The issue of this woman crying wolf. Yesterday, the government spokesman make it clear, very clear, yesterday, that they have been giving to her. But the extra benefit that she's talking about, it is what she should make a formal complaint that they will look into it. But I look at yesterday. What about Joe Boga owned that they went to harmonize and they were posted around here? They went to harmonize the public salary, public measure. He wanted to interview the harmonize it. And she crying now, she crying what? Don't forget about that woman issue, man. Thank you.
Thank you as well. When you listen with comprehension. Nobody telling anything, nobody lying on anybody here. Nobody lying on police. So comfort when you listen with comprehension. Don't just rush to post.
Is it the same that people officers were retired in the last regime?
But officers were retired.
It
was the Senate Committee on Intelligent Veteran Affairs that put out to it.
Have they getting that benefit?
Are you not where officers went and they saw the name on the bulletin? And
sure.
And we all actually put into place having a replacement. The same thing went to the Ministry of Education. They had to
immigration.
They had to hurry as well. Because to retire, you must have somebody to replace. Because we have people who were being retired from the police, but then we did not put people at the academy to have them replacing these people. So sometimes whenever you write, just be mindful how you write. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you, Weekie. Thank you, Nath. My name is David Member and I'm calling from Red Light. Nath and Weekie,
Go ahead.
You've been harmonized. Let's talk to this caller. Good morning. Good morning. If you're not ready, don't put call. Good morning.
Looking the first turning point issue for intellectual forum.
Go ahead.
Yeah, the reason about this woman complaining, actually she's not really, that she only concerned about what's going to her. I think you can remember the very first time you spoke on this show, you were discussing about her, the bondage. The people complain about her that all the 3 key positions they gave her, she only, concerned about herself. Vice President position, the Senate position, even the First Lady position. Nothing she even do, no tangible thing in Bon County. She will show to the bondage that this is the legacy when I even retire tomorrow, people will talk about it. So I think it's not even fair to the people that really suffering and put you into this kind of position. So for me, that government try to focus on those that suffering again, 200 and 300 per hour, then they pay them. At least later they cater to her because of her benefit.